Hello? Has anybody seen my mommy? I think I'm lost. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Satisfactory. I hope you have your nice coffee or energy drink, because we got a lot of work to do today. So on the last episode, with all of this set to go, we can now build our love. Oh, no, 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 no. All right, let's try that again. Okay, safer. That cliff is a dangerous place. I'm living on the edge, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the last episode, we were working on building our nice little pyramid of power with 100 of these lovely nuclear power plants. Yes, we're going to take our modest 10 nuclear power plants and times it by 1,000, well, 100, but no, wait, times it by 10. 10! Yeah, I am good at the game that involves math. So we decided to plop it down here in this nice foggy water, because when this thing is built up, it's gonna look oh so good. Jump and be careful, don't fall off this one. Okay, yeah. So with everything down here being set up, getting raring and ready to go, getting all these pipes hooked up, well, we needed to start working on the next level. You know, the level with this giant, huge, flat area that we need to kind of make something to do with. So my idea behind this is if I start taking some of these foundations and build up a framework, I know the kind of area that I can work with. I did the same thing when I was doing my nice little modest nuclear power plant. So if I do the huge one like that, I think it'll work the same way. And looking over at the spreadsheet on all the different things I need, including all the different materials I'm going to need, it's tending to look like a lot of fun. See, I want to make sure that I cordon off each and every single one of these materials so it's a closed system. Like, granted, I could have a giant building making just copper ingots and then ship off about 1,500 copper ingots to this nice little place. But the only problem with that is then, let's say something else accidentally takes that 1,500, now my power is not being made properly. So I want a closed-off system where all this stuff is made in one location instead of one of these being made in one location. But with that being said, I actually have a great idea on how I want this stuff to come in here. But first, we need to get back up to our little looky spot. What? I made it before! Damn it. Okay, ooh. I gotta change more things purple. Wait, why did those turn? I don't know. This still looks great. Anyway, so what I want to do for this, see those 4 little corners right there? See, I want to make something special for it. What I want to make, if you actually go down to transportation, I want to make some drone ports. And I want to put the ports in there and have the drones basically deliver stuff in each of the ports so that this is literally a closed system. Nothing going in, or everything going in, but nothing coming out, especially when it comes to uranium. But to do that, I need a lot of batteries. But do I have an idea for that? Now, some of you recall from a previous video I did where I showed you guys how to make this nice little spreadsheet, even giving you the base one to use. Hashtag shameless self-promotion. I showed you all the different things by doing a layout for batteries. And there's actually 2 recipes for batteries. The basic recipe in the blender, that's going to use sulfuric acid, aluminum solution, and aluminum casing. Now, I was looking into that and seeing what exactly I needed to make that work. And, you know, in terms of sulfur and bauxite, not too bad. Then I went all the way up here to the top, the alternate recipe with sulfur, plastic, oh god, plastic, alkylate aluminum sheets, and wire. So, and that's down to a 45 and a 52. which is funny too, like 45 and 52, and we go down here to a 50 and 66. I'm using less sulfur and less bauxite, and instead of making the 20 per minute that this one makes, we're actually making 30 per, whoa. We're actually making 30 per minute. Isn't that neat? So I feel like I want to do this lovely setup. Now the question is, how many batteries do I want to make? And the answer may surprise you. So we're going to make 50 manufacturers, giving us 1,500 batteries. Now, how did I come up with this number? Well, let me enlighten you. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it. So I want to build my batteries over here in the swamp area because I'm not using anything else over in this area, and there's some lovely stuff in this area, including bauxite and sulfur, some of the two key components we're going to need for this. And if we look at our nice little spreadsheet, we see that 2,250 sulfur is needed to make our lovely 1,500 batteries, and of course 2,625 bauxite. Now I took a look into the area. There is actually 2,160 sulfur, pretty close, like really close, and about 2,580 bauxite. Now that's if we power shard it up the wazoo. So with that being said, let's go. We'll go grab some stuff and we'll make our way over there. Shouldn't take too long, right? And we did it. We made it over here. Check out this lovely biome. Of course, I'm gonna have to get closer to some of these places. Otherwise, they still look like a poop. But that's much better. Anyway, this is gonna be the lovely biome that we tear apart to make some batteries. So what I was thinking is we could build it somewhere in the middle like here. That's not a problem. We could use it on the waterfall. That would look pretty good. But I'm thinking if we use this nice, crisp, clear water over here, that'd be a great area for it. So all I gotta do is, why did I get up here again? Oh yeah, so I can look at the beautiful, majestic landscape. All right, let's go over there and let's start figuring out what we're gonna do. All right, so step number one is I basically whipped out the mods and started building some stuff, testing out ways that I could actually make this work. So what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to make a nice little, kind of like an opening at the front where you can actually see all these wonderful manufacturers. And then I was going to basically have them merge together as they went up. So we'll take a look at it over here. So if I had this, it would basically come out, maybe even into the middle or something like that, go up and go into here. So those two would merge together, come out, come over here. Then it would merge into this one. Then it would go out to here, come up, and then this one would merge into there, and so on and so forth, all the way up. And the other side would do the exact same thing. So when you look at it from the front, it has that nice kind of like symmetrical feeling, because you know I love my LCD. By the way, I love this. If you go, there's like this weird little spot in here where it kind of just like glitches for some reason. I think it's like a tectonic plate on the map. I mean, whatever you want to call it, like a biome switch or whatever. That really is annoying. So I hate the fact that I built here now. But so far it's looking so good, so amazing, and so massive. Look at this. So basically all of these lovely things will be making plastic, because the first idea I had was if I actually up these, grab my power shards and power shard just the manufacturers, and then basically just use the other stuff, oh, it would be so nice. Unfortunately, I didn't realize a problem. See, that right there for batteries, that means we need 3,000 plastic. 3,000 plastic. And of course, if you ever know the plastic recipe, there is a couple. But the main one, which is this one right here, crude oil into plastic and heavy oil residue to make 20 per minute. Oh, that's a tough one to sell right there, because that is a lot of work, and basically that is 3 oil for 2 plastic. So 30 oil making 20 plastic. So if we wanted to calculate how much that would be, I would just write it down because frick it. So that's 4,500 crude oil to make 3,000 plastic. Now, granted, this is not what that looks like, because this... Okay, I have to show you this. This is insane. Luckily, Respawn Repeat showed me a different way of making plastic. So if we go to another website, Satisfactory Tools, or something like that, tools.com, there is this weird little, like, I don't know, visual aid kind of thing. There is an alternate way to make plastic. So here's our end result, which is the plastic, and here is 62, almost 63 refineries making plastic. That's right, 63 refineries. And the recipe is the recycled plastic recipe. Then we have this one up here making recycled rubber. We have this down here making residual rubber. We have some diluted fuel. Oh, we have some heavy oil residue. And it even shows us how much water we need and how much crude oil we need. And, well, we need a lot. So the way that it works is all the crude oil comes in and goes into the heavy oil residue. 33 refineries making heavy oil residue. The heavy oil residue gets turned into fuel, one combined with water, in the blenders. That's about 27 blenders. The polymer resin that comes off of here is actually going to be made to make residual rubber with water. We have rubber being made and we have fuel being made. When the rubber and the fuel combine, it makes recycled plastic. But there's going to be an excess amount of fuel. So what they want you to do is they want you to take some of the plastic that's being made here and make recycled rubber to make even more recycled plastic. So this takes our 4,500 crude oil down to just a mere 1,000. This is a 3 times multiplier. So if you've never seen this before, this is amazing. Take a screenshot, do what you need to do, or go to satisfactorytools.com. Oh, it even has update 4 thing onto it. That's amazing. But with that being said, I decided to test it out and see how it looks and how massive it is. I mean, this is a lot just for plastic. Oh, this takes up a huge chunk of space. And trying to make it look pretty is also going to be a pain in the butt. But granted, using mods to test things out is so much better and so much faster overall. But because we're using mods to test everything out, I wanted to see what the blender recipe would look like if we tried that out. And to be honest, it's not bad. So this is the lovely blender recipe. As you can see here, I upped it so it's actually 50 batteries per minute, and it only needs sulfuric acid, aluminum solution, and aluminum casing, which is very, very much easier than the other one. But of course, it has the little caveat of using more sulfur and more bauxite. But if you take a look at this thing, it's actually not bad. This right here, so we have, let's say, 50, 100, 200, 300, and 400. This little section right here would be making 400 batteries per minute. As you can see here, I only have 4 lovely refineries. Now, these refineries I did not even set, but I was testing them out. What did I set these for? What were they making? I forget. Oh, I now remember. These ones right here, we're going to make the lovely sulfuric acid, which would make 50 sulfuric acid per minute. Now, if we take a look at the machine, we need 50 sulfuric acid per minute. So actually, each one of these would also have to be upped. So if I used power shards, I could power shard all 4 of these to take care of all 4 of these. Basically a 1-to-1. So this little section is really cool right here. We have 2 layers, both of those making the aluminum ingots. Then they would come down and get merged together and be making some aluminum casing. Then the aluminum casing would come around here and get sent down and split off into both machines, and then probably these machines up here as well. And that would take care of the aluminum casing. So the only thing left to have would be the alumina solution, which is great because if you come over here, these little puppies over here, these are going to be making my aluminum scrap, which also need aluminum solution. So not only is the solution going to be made over here, it's also going to be set up to go around and over to there. So this section right here, this whole little thing would be really easy and really compact. It would just take even more items. Unfortunately, I kind of like using the other one because it gives me that nice 1500. This, although it's great, would have sections of 400. So we'd have 400 here, and if we had another one on top, that'd be another 400, but we wouldn't be able to get our nice 1500. I mean, the closest we could probably get is 2000, which would be really good. No. That would be way too much sulfur. Because as you can see here, that 20 blenders making that lovely thing is going to be the 400 batteries, and that's over that's 1,000 sulfur. Over 1,000 on the bauxite, so that's going to be a huge issue if we stuck with that. Oh, but it would look so good. Oh my god, some of the best ideas use the most items, but whatever. Let's stick to our lovely little one over here, making 50 manufacturers. So to begin, I came all the way out here, nice and vanilla-like, and I'm going to be building out some lovely manufacturers. The dawn starts anew. So what I'm thinking is, if I get over here, so I tried this out, what I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a manufacturer and everything. So if I have you, let's say you're coming out right here, I'm going to have you right in the middle. And then, of course, we'll have another one coming out over here. Come on. There we go. So we'll have this one coming out over here and this one coming out here. And then they merge together in the center. Now, what we can do is, I'm thinking, should we have enough room to get another one right here? Maybe have to extend it out. But yeah, we're going to have basically 4 per level. We're going to have 5 different levels like we showed before. And then we're going to start building the other stuff. And then, of course, we're going to have these merged together going straight up. I want to do a cool way of merging them together. I didn't like the other way that I had it, but we'll come up with something. Give me a second. Oh, check this out. So I had to put the mods on so I could actually take a look at this properly. Oh my god. Look how good that looks going up the center. And I'm thinking what I want to do is maybe put some like walls going down on the sides, but keep 1, 2, 3 open in the center so you can actually see the machines combining together. Then they come over here and this one gets merged into this and then goes into the next one. And then basically I will have even amount going in 2 different ones. So 750 can come out here and 750 can come out there. And boy, this looks amazing. So what I did was, let's go all the way down and you can check it. So basically, it would go up, go in, go out, go up, go over, go in, go out. Basically, looping all the way around, all the way to the top. And oh, is that perfect. That looks amazing. I love it. This is definitely coming out much better than I anticipated. And we just have all this room on the other side to basically go. And of course, I did change the way I had it before. I was having the end pointing that way, but now I have it pointing over there. So if you're actually in the biome, you would actually be able to see it. But oh, is that looking so good. But there's way more work to do on it first. I want to start off with the plastic and start working on that because that is going to be the big thing of this whole project. Oh boy. You could just imagine the amount of hours that went into getting this all perfect. So check it out. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 times 2. So we have about 20 refineries making the recycled plastic. Then an extra 4 here, 4 there, so an extra 8 making recycled plastic that gets brought back into the system, going back over here for the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, making recycled rubber to go back into the system. Yeah, it's very convoluted. I got a nice setup for the blenders, including tons of pipes. I have the lovely blender setups in here with all the pipes basically going perfect, coming right down here, separating for all the fuel that is going to be needed. The great thing about this is I figured out that if I had these ones in the front overclocked, and if I have these ones over here at regular, the regular fuel that's needed for these can go over there, and we'll have, oh wait, was it 6? Oh yeah, it's only 6. Whoopsie. So it's only the 6 over here. That'll be taken by 1, 2, 3, 4. And then any overstock will basically go over to these ones over here that are fully overclocked and get these lovely, what do we have? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that we have over here. But man, was this a pain in the butt to build, getting everything just perfect. And there's so much more work to be done. But, so we have these 3 right here, as well as the 3 behind me, and that's going to be for the recycled rubber. Then we have these 2 and the 2 behind me over here. Now, those are going to be the residual rubber. As you can see right here, going into it, I'm going to have all the polymer resin that's needed for that coming in here and getting separated for those. And then, of course, we got the water pipe on top of it. Then we got these lovely 10 over here. Guess what they're making? Yep, heavy oil residue. So the oil comes in here, gets separated, and basically makes heavy oil residue. Then we'll have all the stuff emerge for the polymer resin going in there. And then we'll have all the heavy oil residue basically going all the way over here for each one of these lovely blenders. Oh my god. And it wasn't building the machines that was the problem, it was getting things belted up in the center. As you can see right now, it gets easier and then it just gets more complex and more complex and more complex as it goes down the system. But even looking at this from a distance, right like there, that kind of looks pretty cool. All the symmetry and everything. Oh, this whole thing is gonna look so good. I can't wait. We're back again, and this time we have hooked up so much belts. The hours that it took just to get this looking right. This is my favorite one. We have the nice little 3-tier setup into this 3-tier setup for this 3-tier setup. That is pretty perfect. So basically you have 1, 2, 3 basically going in there. So the way that I have this set up is we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one basically gets their own manufacturer to go into. So we have these 2 connected, looped around, basically going over here underneath the blender pipes and over there making some residual rubber. All the rubber is combined together, coming down here, going over and getting sent off to here to make all the plastic. We have each pipe, the pipe for the water, and of course the pipe for the oil. Even put pumps on there so it can pump up to the next level. And we have those basically ready to go. And as you can see right here, this is where the heavy oil residue pipe is that's coming over and going all the way across. Then as you can see here, all the polymer resins coming over, getting shot off into the system, and basically being brought over to these 4 that we had before. It's very easy, but it looks complicated because there's so many different parts. But if you take each part separately, it tends to make the workload not as cumbersome. But overall, it looks amazing. Definitely a lot of work went into this. Oh, but it's gonna look so cool when it's done. So with the plastic hooked up, ready to go, all this monstrosity ready to go, I started working on the next thing, the Alclad aluminum sheets. And I figured out that 3 of these will work for 2 of those. So we just basically made 5 levels going down of groups of 3 separated into 2, and it was easy. That was it. So those assemblers are pretty much set and ready to go. Oh, this is so good. Each and every part that I get done just makes me hyped to keep going. So each little level has its nice little foundry. Then, of course, we have 1, 2, 3 smelters making some lovely pure aluminum ingots. But we need some scrap. And that's where all of this down here comes in. Oh my god. I am sick and tired of refineries, but boy, did I need it. So here's what we got going on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 making the aluminum scrap. We have 1, 2, 3 making the aluminum solution. We have all the aluminum solution, water, stuff like that, getting all wrapped together and around, because I guess that's the only way to make it work, because we had to up the production on a lot of these just to get this nice little compact space that we wanted. Then we have these two over here. Now these two, this is making heavy oil residue, and this one right here is making petroleum coke. And of course, the petroleum coke is going to be separated into these 5, making our aluminum scraps, because they needed either this or coal. I didn't want to grab coal when we're grabbing all this oil, so I figured we can just use some more oil for this and make it into petroleum coke, because we can make a lot of petroleum coke. So that was all wrapped up in its own little thing. I got all the oil pipes coming into one little section. The rest of the polymer resin for this heavy oil residue is just kind of coming in and just getting shoved into one of these little awesome sinks or whatnot. And, you know, nothing too special. All this stuff is just coming over and going in. Oh, it just looks so good. And then, of course, we have the water that's coming in there. Ugh. Definitely a pain in the butt. It produces a lot of excess water, and of course these need some water. So basically the excess water is going to come out, go in here, and basically be used for these. So these 3 right here, this belt, and this belt, is going to be our lovely bauxite. Now I kind of did bury myself in a little hole because I don't really have much space over here. But here's the thing. This doesn't need to be built into the second layer like the rest of them. So everything can be cut off at this point right here, and it'll give us a nice like 2-layer effect for this building. Oh, it's gonna look magical. But this was a lot of building, and I want to start finishing off, so let me get some more work done with it. And give me a second, we'll see the next little skit. Seriously, it's just all coming together, and how good and beautiful it's looking. So check this out. We have 3 drone points right over here. One bringing in Caterium, one gonna bring in so check it out. We got 3 drone ports here. One's gonna bring in Caterium, one's gonna bring in iron, and one's gonna bring in copper. Now granted, I could make all 3 of these carry the bauxite and just bring it straight down, but where's the fun and logic? So basically, the Caterium is going to come over here, and we have 2 lovely smelters for Caterium. Then, of course, the copper and the lovely iron. That's going to be for 1, 2, 3 foundries, as well as the 4th foundry over here, which I kind of have it just like snaking in between and going up. It's not the best solution, but it definitely fits on where we left it. If I had to redesign it, it'd probably be a lot better, because this is a little convoluted, but it looks really cool, and that's all that matters. And then, of course, everything gets snaked together and brought down, and then we go all the way front here to this lovely thing. See these 2 little assemblers right here? Guess what they're making? They're making my aluminum casing. That's right. My aluminum casing is being made on each and every floor. And of course, I'm doing the same little snake around that I did before for the other thing. And it's planning on just going right in the system, being brought over, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. 3 out of 4 items done, and the only item that's left, of course, is the sulfur. Where am I going to bring the sulfur in? I have no clue. Where am I going to bring the bauxite in? I have no clue. But damn, is this building looking amazing. Once I start getting like walls and stuff on it, oh, it's just going to come together so nice. The next part of the step is definitely going to be designing things a little bit better, because it is just a cluster fluff right now, and it's so hard to get anywhere in there. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. This has been a huge project, and we are almost done. Yes, I want to see this up and running as much as you do, but there is quite so much more work left to be done. It looks so close to being done, but it's so far away. We got to make sure the building looks beautiful. We got to get more power shafts to up everything. And we got to build more drones on the top, because what's going on the top is going to be drone pads that go everywhere in the world. So that way we can basically just have shipments of batteries anywhere and everywhere we need them. But that's going to be it for me today. We're going to work on this in the next one. And if you want to see it like actually get built really quick, you can check me out on Twitch, where I stream 3 times a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday usually being my Satisfactory Saturday of Thieves. We'll play some Sea of Thieves, but other than that, we got 2 days of some satisfactory goodness. Anyway, everybody, that is going to be it for me today. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.